What's up guys, Caleb here, and welcome on into building Crait out of Lego episode 3. In today's episode, we'll just be working on some more of the battlefield before actually moving to the beginning of the base. I did fix a couple of the mistakes I made last episode, such as adding a little salt trail to this little tank here, so it makes it actually look like it's crawling through the salt more. And I also changed out the boring, black rectangle wings for some just better shaped wings for Kylo Ren shuttle, and overall that does look a little bit more accurate and just looks a little bit sharper and better for the shuttle here. After that, I did get started on working on the 5th plot in the mock series here, and this was just going to be another trench with another speeder sort of jutting out with the salt trail, and overall it was a pretty simple build and pretty similar to the other 2 trenches that I had dug out before. Overall, not too much out of the ordinary with this one. It's just another speeder and some trenches as well as some cannons and stuff, although I was able to add a cool little Easter egg which I will show you later here. But yeah, overall not too much out of the ordinary with the building experience of this one. Pretty much just another trench with some more salt and salt trails and blasters and stuff. Pretty normal build. But here's the finished plot of land, and as mentioned before, it just looks a lot like some of the other plots, but it still does look pretty good. I do like how I added 2 blasters instead of 1 here, and the trench here does look pretty cool. It's got some weird shaping to it, which I kind of like. It's some funky shaping. Again, I really like how the speeder looks with the red salt trail behind it, and I was even able to include Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren fighting, as when I rewatched the scene, they had a pretty epic lightsaber fight there, and so I was actually able to include 2 little studs to represent them fighting there, and that's just a cool little Easter egg. Overall, not too much out of the ordinary with this plot, just sort of like a filler plot, I guess you could say, just to sort of bolster up the size of the mock. But yeah, it does look pretty good, especially when it's combined with the rest of the mock, which you'll see later in the video here. And after that, I got started on making the 6th plot of land, which is actually going to be the last plot of land before I work on the base, and I'll mainly work on the base in the next episode. I don't know, I might get started on this episode, but yeah, this is basically the last plot of land before I make the base. And I did also try some more different, fun techniques with this last plot of land here, including a snot, which is a stud snot on top technique, where I basically laid down a white wall and used that as salt instead of, just a bunch of plates. This was also to make sort of a small dugout slash trench where I had a couple stormtrooper figures, which, the figures in this mock are just a couple studs tall, so it wasn't, super impressive, but I was able to add like a little trench. I also had another TIE fighter with another, bullet and explosion, sort of like some other plots of land that I made before, as well as a 3rd and final AT-AT walker to go on the scene. And overall, yeah, I'm just pretty happy how this little plot of land turned out. Here's the finished plot of land, and overall, I am pretty happy how this one turned out. Like, I just really like how it looks. I love the AT-AT walker. I just really like the design of these that I've had in the mock so far, and I do also really like the little trench with the stormtroopers in it. It's the only Imperial trench that I actually have in this mock, but I do really like how it looks. I'm really happy with the TIE fighter's design sort of floating there, as well as the bullet shooting out and exploding into the salt there. I just really like how the bullet shooting out looks, and overall, yeah, I just really like the little TIE fighter design. I also really like how the studs on top technique looks here, with the wall sort of buried into the salt there. It's just really smooth, and overall, yeah, it's one of my favorite little plots I've had. I just really do like how it looks here. Now, obviously, a big part of the Battle of Crait is the giant sort of hangar that the rebels are in, and people are starting to notice that this isn't in the mock, which, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, it's a pretty big part of the scene. But don't worry, the next episode will be the final episode before the finale, and I'm going to work entirely on making the base, which is going to be 48 studs long. I mean, it's going to be huge. I did get started on the door, and I think I might need to make it a little bit bigger than this. I don't really know. There's just sort of some concepts here, as well as some sort of mechanism to raise and lower the door, which is sort of, another concept art here. But the base is the final thing I need to do before the finale comes out, so yeah, I will get that done in the next episode coming out hopefully soon here. The last thing I did with this update is actually build on the entire black border, or at least most of it, as I'm gonna finish it off with the base. So we have most of the black border built here, and I've been talking about adding this black border ever since episode 1, and overall it's coming along really, really well. The border runs around the entire mock except for the back, because that's where I'm gonna attach the base next episode, and we do have a very nice Star Wars logo that's printed right on there. Just looks really, really great. And the little secret storage compartment with the pins just blends into the border super nicely. Like, you would never ever know that there's actually a secret compartment there, because it just blends so well with the rest of the border. It looks incredible. There you have it, guys. That is episode 3 of my Building Crait Lego series. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to stay tuned, as episode 4 will be out soon. That's gonna be an awesome episode, because again, I'm building the entirety of the base. But thank you all for watching. The CBR Production sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with my latest content here, and I will see you all later. Stay safe out there, guys, and peace.